first of all, the ubiquity of the network is great. So whether it's wired, wireless, or satellite, there's a lot of availability for connectivity. The affordability is also improved. And then I think finally, one of the things that's very interesting is the awareness level has increased. Whether you're seeing large carriers advertise around connected devices, intelligent vending, whether it's IBM's Smarter Planet, you've kind of got to be living under a rock to not know that connected devices and M2M can bring business value. Well, that's an interesting question, and sort of the answer is both. And if you're in a very vertically centered, maybe a B2C consumer application, I think an end-to-end solution works pretty well and can. The challenge I think that we get into is when you have enterprise-grade solutions, especially larger companies that have multiple divisions, they can't have a single end-to-end application work across their entire company. They may have a dozen applications required, and that becomes unmanageable. You can't have a platform for every application. Now you amp that up to the carrier perspective, they have many enterprise customers. So many enterprise customers with many divisions really becomes an unmanageable tangle of different vertically integrated apps. Different devices and different applications really make the end-to-end app. The infrastructure in between, whether it's the transport layer or the provisioning layer or the application development platform layer, they can be common. Developing from scratch versus using better tools is almost an apparent answer. Many of these things in the legacy sort of rear view mirror of M2M, there's a lot of science projects, and there's some really good examples of successes, but they took a lot of work and a lot of time. They were very difficult, a fragmented infrastructure and ecosystem. Today, there's a lot more solutions available. For example, if you come to ILS, we have a platform that can really help customers out and use big blocks of existing information and tools to make that solution come end to end. One element of simplicity is allow the enterprises to continue to do business the way they do business. So that gets back to kind of feeding back office applications is key. If they're used to using a certain workflow, just speed that up with real-time or right-time information from the M2M domain. But more importantly, I think, customers don't know what they don't know. When they start getting new information from this M2M domain of devices, they're going to start realizing how they can make money, save money, or maybe stay more compliant within their enterprise. And at that point, the imagination will really run wild. And simplicity may be a secondary initiative, but getting a pilot that shows value and building on that are key. M2M integration into the way companies do business today is mandatory. No one's going to forklift a lot of their back office ERP or MRP systems. A CFO of any company is going to look ultimately at their back office systems to find out, are they making money or not? So making sure that you can knit all these new elements of data at the right time to do your business better and protect your investment is key. Many people are looking for the perfect application for M2M, and I think the perfect view of M2M is integrating to your existing applications seamlessly. A global solution on the physical layer, right? So basically going from device onto the network can still be a challenge. There's a lot of carriers, there's a lot of different technologies, there's a lot of certifications and regulations. So there is still that challenge, and there's some very large, good multinational carriers that have a good footprint and presence. There's also some very high quality MVNOs that have relationships with a lot of the worldwide carriers as well. So there's a couple of entry points to get onto what I'll call the network. What we do is we'll take that information maybe across disparate networks, bring it into our service layer, and then deliver a very homogeneous view of that data to the application space. So heterogeneous networks turned into a homogeneous view for the apps is really our solution.